any outstanding questions that we didn't get a chance to answer?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Clear as mud.
Okay. Let's get into the announcements then.
Okay. Are we recording?
Yes.
Okay. Sweet. So, first of all, when we created the Rock Solid 90-Day Bootcamp group, the intention behind the group was to have a little bit tighter community, but more than that, it was about having some structure, because we found that a lot of people were getting lost in the fast-paced ecosystem of GAS and Rise. And so we came up with this, or you know what, I didn't even come up with it. I'm not going to take the credit for it. Sam and Troy came up with it and invited us on as leaders. We've seen the vision. It made sense because I think everybody kind of felt, similar around that whole aspect. So we came up with this group with the intention of having it more structured. And that's what we did, right? You know, we had a bunch of different levels. We had a bunch of different units, and it worked great. You know, we were doing our own lives. What we're finding as time has moved on is we have some, I can't release too many details just because all this stuff is going to be getting rolled out at the end of April. However, there's some really exciting enhancements coming to the GAS platform. And Rise actually is doing a big overhaul on the way that they have the entire group structured. Basically, GAS especially took what we did and basically put it on steroids. You know, because they're going to be having, again, like I can't get into a lot of information, but it's a similar concept to what we were doing, where you're going to have to like prove competency as you make your way through certain levels. That's basically what they're going to be doing, and it looks awesome. We had a little run through the new system, and we were able to kind of check it out a little bit, just kind of scratch the surface, saw the tip of the iceberg anyways, and it was amazing. And then we all kind of came together as leaders and had a meeting and kind of started talking about what we were going to be doing moving forward with Rock Solid. And we all kind of agreed that there's really no reason at this point to even keep the group alive, because what GAS is doing and what Rise is doing is it's awesome. It's amazing. Like, it's very structured. It's very well put together, well thought out, very methodical. And yeah, it almost made our group redundant, which, you know, did a couple things for us. First of all, it made us very humble that, you know, we were the first ones that kind of, you know, had this concept in place, and we were trying to make it work, right? And we did. You know, it was a little rough around the edges. I think we can all agree, but I think, you know, we had a little tighter system down. It was a smaller community, a little bit slower pace, maybe even too slow at some points. But you know, at the end of the day, we just feel like collectively as a group of leaders that, you know, we just didn't really need to have the group here anymore, and that we were just going to be kind of shuffling back into Rise's ecosystem, because they're going to be doing the same thing over there as well. And yeah, so that's kind of what I wanted to say about that.
And Rise has also restructured their group so it's easier to navigate. They have a unit system similar to what we have.
Yeah.
So it's easier to find things. It's easier to find resources and tools. And Rise just has access to more resources than what we have access to, because she has a direct line to Matthew Jang. And for those of you who don't know who Matthew Jang is, he is one of the founders of GAS.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things, is that, you know, at this point we kind of feel like we're almost hindering some of the resources that you can have access to by not having you guys in Rise as well. So we were kind of thinking that to serve you guys better, that it would be good for you to have access to that, you know, that whole ecosystem as well. And it has everything that we have and more.
So yeah, no more Rock Solid, but we're still, don't freak out. It's not like we're all going to dissipate. We're still going to keep a chat. So we're going to get rid of the groups.
So the chat right now that we have is connected directly to the Facebook group. Okay, so what I am going to do for all of us is I'm going to create a new messenger group, and all of us, all of the people that are active and that want to stay within this little fam, can click on the link and join the messenger group that's outside of the Facebook group. Because right now, when we close down the Rock Solid Facebook group, everybody's entrapped in that Rock Solid messenger chat because it's attached to the group.
We dissolve the group, we dissolve the chat, right? So we got to get everybody into another source of like another chat, and then we'll still do like occasional trainings in there as well.
Yeah.
So
I will get that sorted out for everybody, and I'll put it in our main chat so that everybody will have access to it. So anybody who wants to move over can, and anybody that doesn't isn't obligated.
Something else that they're doing over in Rise that I thought was going to be super awesome and powerful is they're going to create like a welcome group for people that are 99 buyers. Okay. Because what used to happen in Rise is the welcome post took over the whole deal, right? Because we were pouring so many people in there. So all the important training and all the important things that people needed for information, you could never find them. You'd have to scroll for a long time and go through all these welcome posts. So that's going to go away, and Caitlin's going to do a better job of policing what posts and stuff are approved on there. So when we go to the Rise group, we're just going to see information, right? It's going to be mostly information. And that was a big thing that I was getting really tired of is, every time we do a contest or anything, that the whole news feed and anything important that you were looking for, you could never find. And it just became frustrating. So that's going to be a huge plus. And then when people become distributors, then they'll be able to go into the actual Rise group. Now, everybody that's in Rise right now, if you're not a distributor yet, you're grandfathered in. So you're already in, okay? But moving forward, we'll be welcoming our brand new 99 buyers until they go through the whole GAZ process. And if they decide to become a distributor at that point, then we'll be able to put them in Rise. Other than that, we'll have a separate group. And what this is going to do, guys, is it's going to keep, let's say 6 months from now, you need a different training than somebody does when they first start, right? And that's kind of why we set the 90-day limit on this group, because we didn't want to keep going over the same stuff with beginners. When you guys have to sit there and you're like, man, I've already heard all this. Why do I even come to this, right? And that's what it becomes. So we're also going to separate the training and have trainings for where people are at, so you can get more out of it and you can get more out of your business, right? And that was pretty much what we had already come up with Rock Solid 90-Day Bootcamp and then the official. And with all the new changes and everything that's coming out, I mean, we would basically have to strip down Rock Solid Live, redo it. Basically, there's no point in even having units in there, because everything that they're going to go through in the initial GAZ training, the new GAZ training that's coming out, I mean, it'd be basically us giving them a link to go back to their back office. And what's the point in that, right? So, and then get up to the official page. Now we're just going to have to transfer all the information out of the groups that you already belong to and put into the back office back there, just so we can have a separate group. And I don't know about you guys, but I get too many groups going on. I've got a lot of groups going on, and it becomes really, really noisy. And so the initial thing that we were trying to get away from, which was creating more noise, or getting rid of the noise, really isn't going to be possible, because you're going to have to utilize that training in the GAZ. So duplicating it, basically it feels like we're just adding more groups on people to have to deal with. That doesn't mean that, like Ashley and Jordan said, that we're going to have a chat so our little family can stay together. I mean, there's only 12 people on here. That we got like 60 people in the group, but there's not that many people that are active or that show up to meetings. And
it's going to be pretty much whoever's in here probably is who's going to be in the chat. Realistically, it'll be like 15, 20 people tops, so it's only going to be like actual active people that are going after their business, right? The people that have been showing up, because I mean, there's just a lot of, flies on the wall in the group, and that's every group. Really, right? So
you guys, you know what? This really was not an easy decision for us because we put a lot of time and effort and heart into this group. So it was not an easy decision for us to decide to make this change and dissolve the group. It's not something that we've foreseen coming, but with the changes of 2.0, it honestly, you're going to get a lot more training just, sticking with the GAZ training. They're just able to update everything a lot faster than what we are. So,
and they have millions of dollars.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. And just to the point, it is what it is. I think we came out with a fabulous idea. We have a fabulous little family, but it's time to move forward and get everybody on the same page, in the same groups, and grow. That's the main thing. And I don't know about, I didn't really talk to all the leaders about this, but here's how I feel. Anybody who's in that chat, Jordan and Ashley kind of specialize in their thing. Troy and Ann specialize in their thing. Brian and Ashley and I specialize in certain areas too. So any of you guys that are we're in our Rock Solid family, even if you're not on my direct team, you're more than welcome to reach out to me. All you got to do is hit me up in that chat. I mean, most of us, we're all friends on Facebook, right? It's not like you're not going to know where to find us. And I just want everybody to feel comfortable that just because we're dissolving the group doesn't mean that you don't have access to me if you want access to me, right?
It's not even that we're like, I don't know, it sounds bad when we say dissolving the group because we're really not. We're just getting rid of the page. We're still going to have the group. We're still going to have a group of us in the messenger chat.
Yeah. That's true.
We're still going to be doing trainings.
Yeah.
We're still a family.
Yeah. You guys need to smile. You guys all look
we like, I think part of it too is like with the changes that are coming out, we're able to grow as leaders and help you more by focusing on that as opposed to trying to focus on building a group that's giving you the exact same information, but just in a different format, right? So it gives us more time to provide you guys with more help than focusing on building that group, if that makes sense as well. So
it doesn't.
Yeah, basically we manifested the changes that came into GAZ and Rise. It's us taking this action showed the leaders that this is what was needed, right? So now all these beautiful changes are coming and everybody's going to thrive because of it. So this has been an awesome test. We've learned a lot of stuff doing this and we've all grown. We've grown as leaders. You guys have grown as, business owners and people, and we've all formed new relationships and everything. And I'm taking so many positives out of this that it's been such a great experience. And I thank each and every one of you for coming along the ride with us and learning. It's been awesome. And it's not going to stop. It's just, we're evolving and we're changing now. Right. And that's the key thing about this business is if you can't evolve and you can't change, then you're going to die and get left behind. Right. And that's what we're doing. And we've realized that, and we're not taking this as a negative, taking this as a really big positive. And yeah, just wanted to say thank you to every one of you.
Yeah, and kudos to each of you guys, because if you guys hadn't spoken up and talked to us about what you guys actually wanted, about being straightforward, cutting the bullshit, all that kind of stuff that we created with the group, this group never would have happened, right? Like we did this to help because you guys were open about what you wanted and what you needed for your businesses, right? So all that manifesting, you guys are part of it, right? So yeah, love you guys, and we're super excited.
say something?
Yes, please.
Appreciate you all very, very much. I really, really do. I'll say two things. One, oh shit! I figured out some things, and I really went through your back platform, and it really is phenomenal. I think sometimes you click through and you think you know something, but you have to reread it and you have to go back. And when Sam first hit me up about this, I had messaged Sam back and forth. He's got a single parents page, and we kind of messaged back and forth, and he told me what you guys did, and you got this page up and going. And it was like every time, like Sam and I were talking for like 4 hours one night, and he was showing me what you guys built and put together. And I'm like, I want in. It's like, it's structured. It's exactly what I needed. And these last 2.5 months have really made me better because of that, because I went back through everything. And yeah, that's why my oh shit came up, because it's like, I want that page to still be there, that I can go back through it, because I think everybody needs that. I mean, Shiloh's been around for a long time. I've been around for a long time, but it's like, sometimes I think you forget the ABC, and you keep going, and you forget the ABC, and to keep it simple. And, the little things, like I went back through the training just this past weekend too, and stayed up a couple of nights because, you think you know something, and, it's like, then, or you listen to it again and it brings up different things, and that now you need to focus back on other things. So I just wanted to say that. And I really appreciate you guys. I really do. Because I've grown a lot in the last 2 months than I have in the last 2 years. And because of that, because it's structured, because it's a follow step by step. It really is. So I commend you guys a lot for doing that. Really a lot.
Thank you.
I felt the same way too, Lisa, when I was like going back through the ads mastery training. Like, yeah, I did it and I completed it, but I feel like along the way I got so complacent that like I was just so used to doing the same thing that I lost, like, I don't know. And then when I was going back through it, I felt like, I don't know, I just felt better. Like I wanted to write in the chat and be like, if you guys have already watched it, like go back and do it again, because like going back and redoing it is, I don't know, it brought up a lot of things for me too. And I picked up on little things that I may not have picked up on the first time around, right? So I agree with that too.
100%. And like the other thing is, you guys, is if you do need more support, or you are finding that, when we switch back over, and once everything with 2.0 comes out, we're still going to have our chat, and you can still, voice your opinions. Like, I really don't like this, or I wish it was more like this, like in our old group or whatever. Like, we've already done it. So we can help structure things better as the needs come up, like that document that I put together. Like, I'd be more than happy to do that for you guys anytime. So if there's something like that you guys need, I mean, we're still all here. We're still all here for you guys, and we want what's best for everybody. So definitely never, ever be shy to say, like, this is really like silly and I find it difficult to follow, or I need some clarification on this, or like this process is like not good. We need to talk to somebody about like maybe switching this up, tweaking. Even when they brought out the new training with 1.5, there was some videos that weren't in the right kind of order. And it was actually, I think it was Ashley St. Germain who noticed it initially. And she messaged Tyler Caldwell and said, like, I think that these videos should be switched up because it doesn't make sense the order that it's in. So, I mean, we do have a voice. It's just a matter of actually saying something.
Well, and with that being said, every leader that's on this in this Rock Solid group, we're all admins in Rise. So with what Ashley said, we have direct access to do things, and we have a direct voice to Caitlin. We get on leadership meetings. We're on leadership meetings with them, and we bring all this stuff up. So when you feel stuck, or you feel like something needs to be different or something, like Ashley said, speak up, because Caitlin, at the end of the day, she wants everybody to be happy and it to be the best experience for everybody, and she is not afraid to make changes. You know, and when we talked to her about everything that was going down, she was like, yeah, you know, communication's the key, and we're not afraid to make changes to make things better. And you know, she was really happy that we did what we did, because it showed them that they did need to switch some things up and do things a little bit differently. And so now we're all going back in there as leaders. It's not like we're just, you know, just people in the group. We're going to be involved in the trainings and doing all kinds of stuff inside of Rise. So, you know, that was our original family that we all started with when we were back in Infinite Freedom before we even came to GAZ. And so, you know, I never left the group. I know I pulled most of my people out just to quiet the noise down when they were brand new. But, you know, the way things are coming out, it's going to be super positive for everybody. It's going to, and don't forget, everything that we have in our back office is in the back office of Rise. So every structured thing, every little thing you want to go back to, and I'll be the first to admit, numerous times on my journey, I've went back to basics and went back through like what Lisa was talking about. And the crazy thing is, when you were saying that, Lisa, it reminded me of several times when I did that, when I learned different stuff that, yeah, because after you watch so many videos and in the beginning you just kind of pound through them and you just are in a hurry to get your page set up and get going, and you miss so much stuff. And when you go back after a while, after you've been doing this for a while and you go back, you learn so much more. You know, you're like, oh shit, that's how you do that. Oh, that's, you know, and you pick up on little things that you forgot or you didn't comprehend, you know, back then. So yeah, the modules are not set up to just go through once. You know, I think personally about every 3-4 months, everybody should go back through there and keep abreast, especially as new stuff's coming out. This 2.0 is going to be off the hook, guys.
Yeah, it is. Honestly, it is amazing. The structure that they put together, it is unbelievable. You guys are really, really going to like it.
Yeah.
And quite honestly, with this stuff that's coming out, if they had no mentorship program at all, I wouldn't need it. Quite honestly, right? I mean, we could go through that training and it teaches you step by step everything you need to know on any level you want to go. You can go as high a mastery as you want to go.
And it's very high touch. So they have things structured that they're going to get personal phone calls, you know, and a personalized experience. So it's honestly, when you see it, your mind's going to be blown. You're going to be really happy. Trust me, it's amazing.
I put the new structure of the phone calls in the group. I don't know if you guys all seen that.
I did. And I was going to ask you. So once they're a 99 buyer, then they do their process of the discovery and then they get a phone call?
No, they're going to get a welcome call before they go through their discovery. And then you're going to have an actual advisor that's walking them through and showing them exactly what they need to do and what they need to watch.
Okay.
And making sure that they watch the offers tab in all the offers videos before they go on to the other side, which is the third party company, which GAZ created a third party company for just Enagic, because Enagic and GAZ have to be separate companies. They are separate companies, right? You know, you can't purchase your distributor ID or your products through GAZ, and you don't get a GAZ distributor ID. You purchase your products through Enagic. They're two separate companies.
Yeah, the problem was that it was a compliance issue.
Yeah.
Because it was almost as if like we were merged as one, right? And so a lot of people were confused. They thought that, you know, they paid $99 for this education, but then they were getting Enagic served up to them right away, right? And so like there was this, there was just, you know, a lot of people, and this is so moving forward into 2.0, this is going to improve retention rates because now it's being separated and There's going to be like different things people can buy along the way and stuff, without getting into too many details again. But it's going to be, there's a clear line now between GAZ and Enagic. And it's all about staying compliant, because if we're not, then the FTC can basically shut us down, and we don't want that.
So you know how it used to be our job, like when we got a lead, that it's really powerful to get on the phone with people because it gives that personal touch. But some of us are like afraid to get on the phone when we're first starting. So that's going to be an automatic given. They're going to be called by a real person, get on the phone with a real person for a welcome call, and then they're going to start going through their process, and then someone else is going to give them heck about not getting their discovery process done, or it's like, okay, well, you need to do these videos and this offer section, things like that. So instead of us having to pester and hound people and follow up about doing the stuff that they know they're supposed to be doing, it's going to be a very high touch, streamlined system through GAZ itself. So it's really taking out a lot of legwork for us, making sure that people are prepped for their advisor call. That's going to be like an automatic thing now. Just like that's just one feature of what they're adding.
And I mean, I'm still gonna make sure my people are ready for their call, because you know how people are, right? But at the same time, you guys are gonna have more opportunities, without saying too much, more opportunities to make more money. Because there's going to be certain products that GAZ that are going to be GAZ products that they're going to be selling, that just because you brought that person to the platform and you pay $99 a month, you're going to be able to make a commission on if they purchase that. Okay? So
do I have to purchase anything more?
You don't have to.
Okay.
You don't have to, because we're all grandfathered in.
Okay.
Okay, where we're at. You can, if you want to learn more, and you can go into their educational deals that they're going to have available. But you don't have to purchase anything else, and you don't have to purchase whatever program that your 99 buyer buys. You don't have to be an owner of that product to get a commission.
Like, for example, GAZ is offering Zurli at like a 60% discount. And if one of our like buyers were to buy Zurli, we get a commission from that, but we don't have Zurli. It's offered through the platform. And since we brought that customer to GAZ, they're coded to us as an affiliate. So we get the commissions on things that they purchase. Does that make sense, hon?
Yeah, that makes sense.
And there's going to be a lot more of that, a lot more. So, which is awesome. And it's tools everybody's going to need if they really want to run a legit business and learn what the hell they're doing online. Right?
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. We can't, I wish that we could just, I wish it was here already and we could all just like get right into it, because it's so exciting, but we can't.
So, you know, the way I feel about it, yes, it's awesome when you get the Enagic commissions, because they're huge and everything else. But sometimes you have a little bit of lag time in between them commissions coming in. This is going to be more of a stream of checks showing up and money going into your bank account. It's going to be more consistent, which is going to be awesome. And like Jordan said, I think there was like a big percentage of people that once they got in, if they couldn't afford to do Enagic, they just quit. They just refunded. They just left, right? That's not going to happen anymore. So the $29.70 you guys get a month, these people are going to be sticking around. Now, I did the math on this. If I only retain 10 extra people a year that stay with the 99, that's $29.70 times 10 times 12. It ends up being $3,500 extra dollars per year. And that's only 10 people. Now, since I've been with GAZ, I've brought in over 200 people, almost 200 people. I think it's 182 people onto the platform. And I've only got, I think, 15 left, 20 left. And that's when they looked at the retention rates, that's when they said, wait a minute, we gotta make some changes here, right? So we're going to flip that. So, with this new system, if I dump that many people in this next coming year, I'm going to have probably, I don't know, 60 or 80 or maybe even 100 people paying $29.70 a month. Do the math on that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to get to a point where you can darn near, cover one, like if you're in a spouse situation, darn near cover a spouse's income just with your GAZ commissions.
Yeah, just with your $29.70. And like we were saying, because there's going to be more products that people can purchase, there's going to be more commissions to be earned. So when people come in and they decide that they want to upgrade their education or they want to learn something different that's not offered in the basic training, they can do that, and you're going to earn a commission on that.
And then when you throw your Enagic commissions on top of it, guys, we got a winner, man.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, just jacking it right up.
Yeah, it's going to be good. Yeah, it is. So that is so awesome that you're going to the event, Shiloh. Sorry?
When does it roll out? Do you know?
April 26th.
At the event in Vegas, and do a huge thing on it.
Basically like a product launch. You know, like when Apple releases a new phone, that's like a big deal.
Yeah.
It's going to be like that.
Jordan and I do have tickets, but we're not sure if we're going to be able to go. We haven't sorted out if we're going to be able to go yet, but we do have tickets, so we're manifesting it.
I don't even have the time off work yet, but I'm fucking going.
That's the thing. That's kind of similar to us. We had family plans to go back to Saskatchewan at that time, so we're trying to like sort that out.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we might see you there. That's so funny, Shiloh. Good for you. I like it.
I love that.
It's how I live my life here lately.
It's good.
It's how I've got to all the events. Like, I book it, I pay for it, and I worry about it later.
That's what Caitlin says. Set the intention. Worry about how it's going to work out later. Yep, 100%.
So, who on here is not a member of Rise right now? Put it in the chat.
Boom.
So
I'm
we
in.
need to, huh?
So I'm in.
Yeah, I put my whole team in, even my brand new people.
We would have a few people on our team that we need to add to the group, like Jeremy. and Heidi.
So we as leaders, we need to make sure and reach out to everybody that is in Rock Solid. Let them know, so all of a sudden they don't get removed and they don't know why, and right.
Yeah. People would be teased. Oh, man.
We got like 61 people in there, and I don't ever see 61 people on a training. So
yeah, I actually tried to close out a chat, and I didn't tell people what I was doing beforehand. I didn't realize that everybody, like, it wasn't a chat that was used. It was a really old chat. So the only way to shut it down was I had to remove everybody individually. I got so many angry messages, and I was like, I didn't mean anything by it. It's not being used. And then I sent out this mass message after the fact. It's like, we all still love you. I'm sorry. I had to do it to close this chat. Oh, man, I felt so bad.
Yeah. What a great way to bring people out of the woodworks, though. Wow.
yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
It was like people that we hadn't talked to for months being like, what the fuck, man?
Oh, I felt terrible. But yeah, no, definitely reach out to everybody and make sure that they know the scoop.
So when are we gonna when is the timeline that we want to close the group?
Well, I was telling Faith actually asked that, and I will get the messenger group sorted out this weekend. And I'm thinking maybe we could give people like maybe next week to watch this replay to get up to speed, and then close it like on Friday next week or maybe on Saturday. I mean, what do you think of that?
Sounds good.
Okay. There's no hard, fast rule yet, but we want to make sure that everybody's informed.
That gives everybody a good week to get informed, and and to make sure that if they're not a member over in Rise, that we can get them put in.
Yeah, and we can do it an announcement in the chat as well about
And
letting us
probably an announcement inside the group too, eh?
Yeah.
Good idea.
Does anyone have anything they want to say, or comments, or concerns, or anything? The floor is open.
Yep.
Okay.
I pretty much said it earlier.
Yeah, we're all still here. It's basically the same, just without our own Facebook group.
Yep.
Same stuff. We're all still here. Okay.
Cool. Well then, if nobody else has anything to say, then we shall conclude the meeting.
See you guys in the new chat.